Welcome to our channel. We are Caitlin and Patrick, two adventure seekers that recently sold all of our belongings to fulfill our lifelong dream of living sustainably. We purchased 15 acres of raw land in the mountains of East Tennessee. Since moving to our property, we have installed our solar system for all of our power needs and our rainwater catchment system for all of our water needs. Join us as we continue to build out our off-grid homestead in the mountains and navigate this adventure we call life. Hey guys, coming to you from the mountain. What?
I'm just looking.
Oh, I thought you were.
No.
I thought you were making fun of me or something.
No.
So we had a pretty gnarly storm last night. We'll show you the damage. It's not anything too serious, but definitely could have been a lot worse. We recorded 30 mile an hour winds, I think, at the highest, but I think it was probably more than that because our wind meter is only 10 feet off the ground. So
yeah, and the trees kind of block the wind a little bit.
You could really feel it in the camper, kind of shaking and everything. But I'll kind of show you some of the things. I mean, this isn't anything too crazy. The rug just kind of went up, but the chair fell over. This is kind of the big issue, but this is our second one of these awnings, so I'm not shocked that it got torn apart in the storm. It's unfortunate. I guess we'll replace it, but it's just kind of what it is, but it definitely could have been worse.
To be fair, if that's all that happened, we're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, and our creek down at the bottom of our mountain, you can really hear it. You can really hear it when it's been raining very hard, but we'll be quiet and let you guys listen to it. It's ripping.
Yeah, that's not wind. That's the creek.
I love it though. I wish we could hear the creek year round, but it just doesn't move like this very often. But we got 2 inches of rain
At least.
it blew some of the potters over there, little plant potters. I'm sure we'll be finding things for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, all good, all safe, but definitely gnarly storm. And I love to hear the creek, so hopefully that'll keep up for a while. What's up, guys?
Howdy.
So we got a little bit of, where are you going? Okay. Got a little bit of snow last night. It's all gone now, but we are going to take you guys on an adventure down to our creek. So it's not that accessible. We'd like to put a walking trail in at some point to make it a little bit easier to get down there, but for now we just kind of hoof it, bushwhack our way. I don't know, that sounded weird when I said it. Anyway, so we're going to take you guys along today. The creek's running really good still from all the rain and snow we've gotten, so should be pretty. We also have a trail camera we need to change the battery on and figure out what's going on with it. We tried to find it a few months ago and we couldn't find it, but I have a pin on my phone. I didn't have my phone with me at the time, so hopefully we'll find it today, figure out what's going on with it. Get it set back up because it's not been working for a few months now, so we'll take you guys along for the adventure.
Yeah, you actually get to see what the rest of our property looks like other than this acre and a half we've worked on so far. Yeah,
and we may kind of we probably will give you guys some details of some projects and things, plans for the future we have with this area of the property. This will be kind of more long-term stuff, but I'll let you know what we have in mind.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining.
Let's roll. If I'm going too quick.
Yeah, we're out of shape, so if you hear us breathing, sorry. Where are you going? Also get to see if there's any downed trees.
Can I walk?
Apparently not. There are a lot of leaves and they're very wet, so kind of see the remnants of the snow here a little bit. Like I said, it wasn't much.
It's probably super slick.
Yeah, especially the steep parts. It's very mushy. Yeah, probably. Also, we'll show you this rock when we get down there, but we'd like to kind of use that as a crag to climb at some point.
Down that way, dude, from the slipping snow.
Yeah, I'm gonna try not to fall videoing. So far I'm doing better than normal. Maybe I should always have a camera when I...
So here you go.
Oh, what was that?
A little bit of wildlife encounter. This actually looks like bear scat. Not sure
surprising.
what kind of seeds those are. Kind of looks like lentils, but shouldn't be anything around here eating lentils.
Unless you got in somebody's trash.
Yeah, but it's on this pretty well-worn game trail, so, you know.
Yeah, we're not far. As you guys can see, you can kind of see our property, or like where we got everything up there, so we're not too far from it, but
yeah, we had a couple.
It's not surprising. We've seen bears.
Yeah, we had a couple warmer days recently before it got super cold, so, you know, not super shocking.
Whew. You can see why we want to put a dedicated trail in here. It's not very, like, too overgrown. It's nice down here in the summer too because there's a lot of shade.
This was about where that coyote was yelling at the other night, right in here. Yeah, that one's got a cool overhang.
Some little bouldering action. I'd like to put some top rope in at some point.
Yeah.
On some of these bigger ones. We're not really rock climbers, but
at least not recreationally common.
Yeah, we enjoy it though.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying not to whip you with that stick.
You're good.
Yeah, if you go farther down that way, back towards where the camper is, there's a big rock ledge that's probably 40 or 50 feet tall. That would be perfect for some top rope climbing.
Just free solo it.
No.
Bounce off these nice soft leaves. Gets easier as we get closer to the bottom.
Yeah.
It doesn't exactly level out, but it definitely gets a little bit less strenuous. I don't know. Strenuous. Not strenuous.
Strenuous.
Is it strenuous?
You can kind of get perspective on how far up we are. I mean, this is probably a, I don't know, 150, 200 foot decline down to the creek bottom. And all of what you see is our land. It extends pretty far over.
And a lot of you guys looking at this may think, well, that's not really usable land. And you'd not be incorrect by saying that, but for our purposes, it's usable. You know, we don't ever really plan to have like a bunch of farm animals. We may get some at some point, but nothing crazy, so we don't need a lot of flat land for that. We also wanted to be in the mountains, and you don't really get the mountains without the
hills.
Yeah, but also we want to build mountain biking trails. You know, we want to build, like I said, some climbing routes, some top rope stuff, and, you know, boulder a little bit. So, you know, all that. This land is perfect for that. Back, like, towards the beginning of our property is where we'll probably do the bike trails. And we've done some pretty gnarly downhill trails in our life, so I think that'll be pretty simple and easy-ish compared to what we were used to. So, actually, for what we want to use the property for, it's actually perfect. That, and we don't want to have a ton of flat property with grass and everything to maintain. It's just already enough for what we have to maintain.
And to be fair, this steep part is only a portion of it. Once we get to the bottom near the creek, we'll talk about some other possible plans in the future.
Yeah.
All this turkey tail, or I think it's turkey tail. You can see it better from this side.
Looks like it. Try not to slip on this rock.
Yeah, so I'm no forager by any trade or meaning of the word, but these look to me like turkey tail mushrooms. They have that distinct banding pattern on them, and they usually grow on the underside or side of like rotting trees. So if they are turkey tail, they make a really mean tea. Not super edible, but they're not gonna kill you if you eat them.
Yeah, we try to not eat mushrooms so that we don't know what they are.
Yeah. Actually, we almost made that mistake one time.
Really?
Well, yeah.
You and I?
Yeah, when we came down here in the fall, you know, fall is a great time to be foraging for things like chanterelles. But,
which I know we have to have some on our property.
Yeah, but up here...
We just haven't found them yet. We haven't been very good about trying to find them either.
Yeah, we also get fall chanterelles, which look a lot like them, but they're highly toxic. I did find the logging road.
Oh yeah. It's little seen better days. Yeah, our property was actually logged, what, 30 years ago, I think is what we were told?
Yeah, late 90s.
So a lot of the growth, I mean, down here, obviously, they didn't log too much because it would have been a lot of work to try to get it out of here. So there's some actually very massive trees down here. We'll try to get some video next to. But, ooh, I'm good. But yeah, up at the top of our property, they logged most of it. So the larger trees that we do have now are the ones that weren't mature enough 30 years ago. So the rest are fairly new growth, mostly poplar, because they grow pretty quick, but they're not huge, which made it easier to clear the front edge of our property.
You can kind of tell we're getting towards the bottom of the steep part. Actually, if you want to look back that way, that's what we just came down.
Yeah, you can't even see the camper.
Yep.
They might be able to see the shed up there. I can't tell.
That might be it.
Might be our neighbors.
I can see the solar panels. But yeah, so this bottom part is a lot more gentle slope. I think it's been carved by eons of creeks and seeps and everything. It's a lot more usable than the steep part we just came down. And once we get towards the very bottom, it almost flattens out. So one of the things we thought about doing is once we get trails put in, maybe coming down in here and building like a gazebo or something near the creek to where if people want to get down here, more turkey tail.
Yeah. Sorry, I just spotted it.
And more bear poop.
Yeah. What kind of seeds are those?
You know, I don't know. They look like pumpkin seeds, but...
Man, this bear's eating good. Oh, there's some blueberries there, too.
Actually, those are juniper berries. Or something similar. But yeah, they're definitely munching on them.
Wow, this bear's eating lentils and pumpkin seeds.
I know, right? They're eating better than we are.
Or, you know, comment if you know what it actually is.
Yeah, please do. It actually, honestly, those seeds back there look kind of like what they call Indian corn up in the mountains. It's it looks kind of like if you put a whole kernel of corn in the microwave and then popped it. But it's actually...
Like popcorn?
Yeah, like popcorn. But we're on the stalk still. But actually, so we're not far from the, I guess what's left of the Cherokee Reservation in North Carolina. And actually the Cherokee Nation used to use things like Indian corn, not only as a food source, but medicinally, if I'm not mistaken. All right, we're in the bottom.
You can hear the creek. You can also feel the coolness coming off of it.
Yeah.
So, all right, you want to go over to the creek?
Yeah, let's go to the creek.
And then we'll find the camera.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the best way to get there. Actually, this might be. Looks like a game trail, so it must be a good spot.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons we put a camera down here, was to be able to see what animals we have on the property. I mean, we have a good idea, but obviously they need a source of water, so.
Oh yeah, there's the waterfall there too.
Oh, yeah. It's running good.
Very small waterfall.
Oh, it's still pretty. It's running pretty clean too. More than I'd expect. So like I said, this unfortunately this doesn't run all that great year round. It's mostly in the winter when it's been raining or snowing a whole lot. It's very pretty. As you can see too, we have a ton of mountain laurel down here, which blooms very, very pretty in the spring, late spring. I think it's May usually.
Yeah, April, May.
But it's beautiful. We haven't been down here. We need to be better about coming down here when it blooms, but it's usually white. It almost looks like snow. Sometimes they're pink, it just depends, but you usually see these, or we've seen them a lot in the Smokies and Cherokee and North Carolina.
Yep.
Were those trees that overlooked that last time?
Maybe.
I don't know. But yeah, it's just beautiful. It looks like snow in the spring when they bloom, and they're everywhere down here.
Big old hickory.
It's one of those big trees. You said red oak, right?
Yeah, red oak.
We were telling you about. That's not even the biggest one we've seen down here, but this guy's gonna be staying down here. Someday we need to come down and kind of clean up the creek a little bit on our side. This is our property line to our neighbor. He owns the opposite side of the creek, but just make it a little more accessible. It's kind of difficult to get into, but we're gonna try to track down that trail cam now, try to get it working, and go from there.
Yep.
We also just found a couple, ooh, yeah. Couple of springs. The water's kind of trickling out.
Yeah, it kind of stops. There's nothing coming out of the ground right here, so it's somewhere under these rocks, and it's coming out in a couple places.
Yeah. Which we knew, I mean, we have multiple springs, I'm sure, on this property. We just haven't really explored it.
Yeah.
Looking for springs, but yeah, that's good to know. Flow's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Looks nice and clear. I'm sure it's good for drinking, but if we were to ever tap into it, we would definitely get it tested.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, it might be nice to have spring water for drinking, but we have plenty of water for everything else, so
Yeah.
I don't know. It's awful long way down.
It is. We'd have to have some pretty serious pump action to get it up there.
Yeah, they make solar pumps, but obviously in the summer there's not a ton of sun.
We could probably do a ram pump, but that's an awful long way, and it's probably a quarter mile back and about 200 feet up. So.
Yeah, but at least we know it's there. We have a lot of options for water if necessary.
Would you follow me to wander? If you're everything that matters to me, makes me wonder why I can't get over you. When you look
Nice mossy rock garden. I just found the trail cam. He said it fell. The tree fell? Ow. Oh, I wonder if a bear was going after or something. It's a pretty hefty strap. Look at that. So we found the trail cam, but Pat says it looks like something got it.
Yeah, so
Like an animal.
hopefully you can hear me. You can see the broken plastic where the clip used to be to hold it onto the tree. The antenna's broken off. And then the strap is kind of intact, but you can kind of see how it's got a downward pull to it. And some of these bark marks that are off. If it were a deer rub, we would see scrape marks all along here, and it would be an up and down pattern. This looks almost strictly down because there's no trail marks above
Thinking bear.
where the bark, I'm thinking bear.
Man, wonder what he wanted with that.
I mean,
Didn't like it taking pictures of him.
maybe.
Hopefully the pictures are still on there.
It'd be nice.
I don't know. It's one of those cellular, so I think they delete after so many days,
Yeah.
but
But this one's gonna have to be out of commission for a while because we can't attach it to the tree anyway, so we can't fix the
I didn't realize the antenna was broken.
Yeah.
Man. All right, well.
Whatever it was, did a number on it. I'm guessing bear, but I'm no tracking expert, so.
Well, I guess we'll take it back then.
Yeah.
Should have brought the other one with us, but.
That's all right.
Man, that's an expensive piece of equipment the bear decided to take out. We had to send him a bill.
That's right. Yeah, look at there. The clip is actually still stuck in there, and you can see where it's been rubbing back and forth.
The camera has I believe it's a red light that flashes on for a second when it takes a photo, so maybe that annoyed the bear, pissed him off, and he tacked it. I don't know what other reason.
Well, that's the other thing too, is I don't see any deer rubs anywhere around here. I haven't seen any decent sized buck around here that make me think it would be a deer rub for breeding season.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any other rubs in the area. So the only other thing that would be big enough to do this would be a bear.
Yeah. Well, we know we got bears, so. Well, guess we'll try to see if there's any cool photos on it. We'll show you guys those. I'll be a little surprised if they're still on there, but who knows?
Yeah.
At least we saw the battery and the memory card we can use. Just get a new camera.
Hopefully.
Maybe put it a little higher so it won't, well, I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
We'll see, yeah.
It'd still be here because this isn't in the direct line of the creek. I don't know. It's gonna bug me unless I know for sure.
Well, the camera may tell us something.
I hope so.
It only takes photos every few minutes though, so I don't know.
Yeah.
You may just have one of the bear and then that's it, but hopefully there's something on it.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
But I guess we'll do another video when we get a new camera and bring it down here.
Yep.
Maybe try to find a spot. The other bear's not gonna, well,
yeah.
in no real spot. Yeah, we'll just put a sign, bears. Do not touch.
Do not enter.
Sure they'll listen. One really nice thing about our property too is there's not a whole lot of, oh, that's that logging road right there.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of trash that we find, which is great. We did find this balloon, so we always pack it out, but
Yeah.
we did look at some other properties in Middle Tennessee and they had a ton of trash on them. So that's been one nice part about our property.
This is also a good example of why helium balloons for parties aren't a great idea from an environmental standpoint, because we are 5 miles from the nearest town, small town, and this still ended up in our woods.
It looks like something got into it too.
Actually, it looks like it ruptured. Probably went too high, pressure decreased, and it popped.
But definitely could be fatal for an animal.
Yeah.
Here's some of these giant boulders we were talking about. Kind of hard to spot because they have moss all over them, but they are not small. And there are quite a few of them up through there. All right, I don't know how well you can see it, but those are the rocks we were kind of talking about. There's several, but I'd like to do some bouldering or top rope type stuff with some of them. Probably more meant for bouldering, but
Yeah.
top rope sounds fun to me.
I think there's rocks around here somewhere that we could top rope from.
Yeah.
We're going by with Jesse. Our friend Jesse.
We're a little out of breath.
Yeah, this is
Can't tell.
intense.
Just walked up from way down there.
Straight up.
Yeah, we need to get a trail put in with some cutbacks.
And maybe do some rodeo.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Alright guys, so we've been back for a little bit, enjoying this beautiful sunset, and it's cooled down quite a bit now.
It was very hot when we got back to the top, let me tell you.
Yeah, we were sweating, we were peeling off layers and everything else. Breathing hard, you know, our heart rate's finally slowed, but we really got to get in better shape. We used to both be in really good shape, but we got old. Which probably most of you are like, you guys aren't old, but we're not.
Older than you think.
Yeah. We did look at the trail cam, and actually there was quite a bit of footage on there. We got several bobcats, pretty good sized ones too. We'll put some pictures at the end of this video, but it does look like a bear is what took it down. Right, the last photo we saw was what looks like bear fur, and then that was it. So we'll post that too. But so Pat was right, definitely was a bear, which is not too surprising, but Yeah, so we really appreciate you guys watching. I'm shaking right now because it's so cold. I'm trying to hold this gimbal, but we really appreciate you guys watching, and please like, subscribe, share, leave some comments, questions, whatever you guys may have. But we really appreciate the support, especially on our last few videos. They've done really well. So
yeah, go ahead. When we started this adventure, we didn't expect it to even do anything, and now we're over 500 subscribers, and it's all because of you guys. And you know, we're not monetized yet. You know, we don't do this for any kind of gratification, but it's really nice to have your support, so we really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys. Have a good one. We'll see you next week.
From Reapers Fork to Watertown, and maybe Johnson City.